Welcome to another LiveWire Sports Media Indiana Fever forecast. All right, so in my last video, I went over the things that the Indiana Fever has done, but this video is specifically going towards Christie Sides, and I have another video that's coming probably late tonight about Christie Sides, the comparison of Christie Sides and Teresa Weatherspoon. But first, this is Christie Sides. Christie Sides has went back to what had got her in trouble the first 9 games of the season. Yeah, granted, the Indiana Fever had went on a winning streak, but there were still concerns. Like, everybody was happy. They was winning games and stuff like that. And when you came into a marquee matchup game yesterday, and you had the game on a silver platter, leading by 15 in the third quarter, and your star player only took 3 shots. Only scored 3 points in that span. Then you allow Reese to erase your 15-point deficit. Within that time frame, she had 10 points and 8 rebounds in that span by herself. You didn't make no coaching adjustment to slow her down. There was a point where you saw in the second half that Erica Wheeler had Angel Reese pinned out of bounds by the Fever bench just for her not to go back and get the rebound. That's crazy. But you could have used Aaliyah Boston in that sense. You could have used Alyssa Smith towards Camila Cardoza. You could have find something, but you continuously, try to take the ball out of Caitlyn Clark's hand. And I want to say this. I've been hearing a lot of people, on YouTube and stuff, people I follow, I'm not going to name names and stuff. I'm not going to abandon not watching the W or watching Caitlyn Clark play because her coach is incompetent. You know what I'm saying? It's not Caitlyn Clark's fault that her coach is incompetent. She's a rookie. She has to go by what her coach says. Yeah, she doesn't agree with everything her coach says, and it's obvious. You know what I'm saying? But you can't. It's hard for her to go against the grain and say, F everything, and I'm going to just do my own thing. You can't just do that. You know what I'm saying? But you could go out there and play the game and show your coach, show the ownership that this coach is incompetent. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually she's going to get fired. I don't believe Christie Sides is coming back this year. I don't believe Lynn Dunn is going to be the GM after this year. I think they both is going after this year because the Fever have a bunch of games that's coming up that's going to be tough. And granted, I don't see them winning none of them. Now, if they was to win the one against the Storm or win the one against the Mercury, hey, that would be great. But the way Christie Sides coach is not going to allow this team to have success against any of these great teams. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be what it is. It's going to be for ratings. It's going to be for numbers. But she's going to continue to handcuff Caitlyn Clark. Until she allows to trust Caitlyn Clark and how she was coached in Iowa, Christie Sides is going to continuously be a problem. You don't score no more in the fourth. You only score 5 points in the 6-minute span. And then you try to run a play for Caitlyn. You don't run any plays for Caitlyn, to be honest. You don't run everything that's been working for you in the first quarter, in the second half, and midway through the third, you got away from because you got comfortable and you played to not lose instead of play to win. Trust your players. Trust them to do the things they did when they won 6 out of 10. You didn't do that. It just looked like you continuously never made adjustments. If you look at this picture right here, Caitlyn looking at her, pretty much telling her that shit ain't gonna work. Leah Boston looking at her. Alyssa in the background. Katie Lou came in the picture and standing over her looking like, what are you talking about? Look at Timmy Finn Bentley looking at her like, come on, coach, really? They all know this coach is incompetent. But they go out there and try to play the game and try to win. But at the same time, the coach shows that she can't coach. She should have never had this job. Apparently, you only won 5 games last year. So you won one game more. No, you won 2 games more that you did last year because you have a player that IQ is real heavy and smart enough to understand the logic of the game. When you hear Caitlyn Clark break down the game, you could tell she has a high IQ level. This is something they've been raving about how LeBron James is. And Richie, I'm not going to take nothing from LeBron, even though I'm not a fan of his. He does have a very high IQ. He understands the game of basketball. And that's why that is why you have to have this kind of coach her. You have to have a high level coach. You can't just have any coach to be coaching Caitlyn Clark and expect her to have success. I mean, it's amazing through all of this storm and all of this incompetency that Caitlyn is putting up the numbers that she has. She is doing the things that she needs to do. But at the same time, to bring her full potential, she needs a coach that's going to be able to activate her potential fully. If you look at Teresa Weatherspoon over there with the Chicago Sky, she allows Angel Reese to play her game. She doesn't handcuff her. She allows Camilla to play her game. She allows Channing DeCarter to play her game. You know what I'm saying? Even though she knows the strength of this team is not scoring the ball, you have to play defense and rebound to be in scoring position because they're not a strong scoring team at all. What makes them hang around is that they battle for the rebound and Angel Reese battle under the board. If Angel Reese wasn't a rebound person like she is, the Sky would get blown out a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot. And you allow Angel Reese to get 25 points, 16 rebounds on you. She should never had a dominant performance like that yesterday against you. I don't care how good she is, double-double. Hell, if you kept her with 10 points and damn 10 rebounds, hey, that's good. But you allow her to explode in the second half when she only had 8 points in the first half. So she scored, she had 25. She scored 17 points in the second half. She went on a 10-0 run by herself. Christie Sides does not make the proper adjustment that she needs to make. There's a lot of people talking about this game, a lot of people pissed off about it, but this is what we have to deal with because I'm not even happy when they won. Yeah, I love to see them win, but there were still flaws. There was still breakdown in the game. Christie Sides does not adjust. She don't know how to adjust. Hell, half of the coaches in the WNBA don't know how to adjust. They just go out there and play. But at the same time, you got to learn how to make adjustments. It's just like in football, even in baseball. When a team is hot, you got to find ways to slow that team down. Just like Christie Sides got too comfortable with the 17-point lead, so she was like, "Okay, we're gonna run it through this way. We're gonna run it through this. Why not continue to run? Let Caitlyn have the ball in her hand and make Wheeler and Kelsey Mitchell rotate the ball back to her because Caitlyn is going to find them. She's going to set them up. You know, Kelsey Mitchell, she get too comfortable shooting threes. Yeah, she was hot yesterday. She was 4 for 5 yesterday. Okay, but she turned the ball over 2 times when Caitlyn tried to get her assist. Christy Wallace missed her assist under the basket. Christy Wallace had down the stretch, had Aaliyah Boston trailing. She missed her. That could have been an easy 2 or 3-point play. You know, could have been 89, probably 90. Force the Storm to do something different. I mean, not the Storm, but the Sky to do something different. Christie Sides has been an abomination. She has been, she's coaching malpractice. She doesn't know how to use Caitlyn Clark, and that's point blank period. I'm not going to stop watching the games because I want to continue to watch the games. But when you allow Alyssa Smith to get brutalized over and over and over and over in the paint, and you just sitting there looking at it, talking about, we need to play defense. We need to play defense. Okay, make some of the defense adjustments. Why Katie Lou couldn't come in the game? Why Celeste Taylor couldn't come in the game? Because Celeste Taylor is a good defense. You could have just sent people over there to trap Caitlyn. You know what I'm saying? And then have somebody to run off her and pick up another man. The same way that they face guarding, the same way they blitzing Caitlyn Clark, use that same tactic on Angel Reese. If you had Boston and her or somebody else or Lexi Holt trapping her, say you had Alyssa Smith and Lexi Holt trapping her, force her to pass the ball out. You know what I'm saying? Make somebody else beat you, not allow one person to be so dominant in the game. It just doesn't matter, because guess what? Teams ain't gonna allow Caitlyn Clark to be dominant. They're not gonna allow her to be that way. Yeah, she got off. She had 7 points in the first half. Didn't do anything in the second quarter. Didn't do anything in the third quarter. But then she only had 6 points in the fourth quarter. She can't touch the ball like that. She cannot not touch the ball like that. Christie Sides is right now. A lot of people are not happy with her. A lot of people are really wanting her to be fired. They want her to, and rightfully so, because guess what? Playing these other games is going to cost her job, and she doesn't. So I feel like at the end of the day, I agree, and then you got Undisputed sitting there questioning Caitlyn Clark, saying that she's not a dog, or she's, she don't have it, and all of this stuff. And I don't believe that. I think, me personally, I just think Caitlyn Clark is handcuffed by a coach that doesn't know how to coach. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know how to do things. She doesn't know how to really understand when you are up big. And we don't seen it in the NBA a lot. You know what I'm saying? We don't seen it in the NBA a lot, where teams go on a run, but you got to slow the run down. You have to slow the run, and it's come down to coaching. It's the players could execute, but you got a player that know how to assist. But you sit there in the media and say, "Well, I'm not taking away from her to be aggressive." Yes, you are, because you telling the media, say, "Well, she got free range to do whatever she want to do." No, she don't, because it shows on the court. You don't. It's like you don't trust her. You don't want to say, "Hey, this is the keys," because you want to be loyal to Kelsey Mitchell. You want to be loyal to Christy Watts. You want to be loyal to Erica Wheeler. When your coaching job is on the line, hell with that loyalty shit. Go with the best player that that could put you in the best position to win games. If Christie Sides listens to or work with Caitlyn Clark a little bit more and understand Caitlyn Clark's IQ in basketball, she could be successful. Christie Sides could look good as a coach if she trusts her two best players. And her two best players is Caitlyn Clark and Leah Boston. Leah Boston and Caitlyn Clark have starting to figure out how to play well with each other. Everybody else got to get on board and stop trying to do their own thing. Stop trying to, feel like they in a competition or they got to get theirs. Play in the flow of the game. I guarantee you, if you had a Greg Popovich coaching this team, ain't none of them would be playing like that. None of them. None of them would be playing like that. But anyway, let me know what you think about Christie Sides and the online obliterations that she's getting right now. Like I said, Christie Sides is coaching. Her coaching career is over after this. She is not going to get another head coaching job. And as she do, it'd be overseas. I think she will go back overseas to coach, because she could coach with the style that she wants. Her style of coaching right now with these players doesn't work. And I don't understand that she was assistant coach in Atlanta. I don't understand how the hell she got this job. and I don't understand why she bring Erica Wheeler and Christy Wallace with her. So it's going to get, again, it's about to get ugly before it gets good again. So, and right now, you know, it's going to come down to Chicago and Indiana to see who makes the playoffs. It's probably going to come down to that last game in August between them. You know, it's just going to be that. It's going to be what it is, unless the Fever figure out how to win a game against one of the top teams. You know, I mean, because right now, the way New York looking, the way Minnesota looking, the way Seattle looking, and damn Connecticut is falling apart. So I don't even know about that game. You know, I don't know if they got one more. I think they got one more game against them. So honestly, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think that they could end up missing. And it depends on who they lose to too, because if Indiana continues to beat the Mystics and the Dream and Dallas, and then the Sky loses to one of them, that probably could help their cause. So who knows? But again, y'all tell me what you think. Does Christie Sides need to go? I think I would do a poll question today. What you thoughts on the game? What you thought about Christie Sides coaching? What you thought about Caitlyn's outburst, disagreement with her and everything else? Until the next video, guys, God bless. Stay safe.